Welcome back to the show. This next story truly captivated the nation, didn't it? A Sydney sailor rescued at sea after drifting across the Pacific for 2 months, surviving on a diet of raw fish and rainwater.
Tim Shattuck was plucked from the sea off the coast of Mexico before making his way back to shore over the weekend alongside his trusty dog, Bella.
So to understand this miracle of survival, let's bring in Andrew Uckel's wildlife and survival expert. Andrew, good morning to you. What did you make of this story? It's unbelievable.
How you going, Carl? Look, the first thing that came to mind is obviously, this is going to be another Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Definitely the Life of Pi, a castaway theme which is going on there. Surviving out at sea and just the constant exposure to the environment is one of the most challenging things, you can be set upon. There's no trees to hide under. You're always set at a constant temperature. You are literally at the mercy of the environment around you. The fact that he had a canopy to get under as a form of shelter was definitely a saving grace. Like, we've all been down there at the beach before, and we know how sunburnt we can get in such a short period of time. Being exposed to that over a long period of time, yeah, it's not going to be good.
And raw fish and rainwater, though, that can keep you going for quite a while. And he obviously had a good attitude too. He was sort of still standing up, articulate. How do you think he did so well out there?
Yes, so because you are at the mercy of the climatic conditions there has to be there's got to be some favours going on. So in terms of rain and actual rainwater and collecting that's going to be vital. There are other ways of water procurement, or essentially being able to use salt water. So you obviously just can't drink salt water. Our bodies aren't designed to handle that. But even eating raw fish products, there's issues like Listeria, Vibrio, Salmonella. All these bacteria-borne diseases that you can actually acquire. So the fact that he was able to either dry that meat or literally just get away with it lucky, it's actually quite amazing.
Just incredible. I think we've got a little sound up of him during that process. Let's have a little listen.
A very difficult ordeal at sea, and I'm just needing rest and good food because I've been alone at sea a long time.
He's come out of it just incredible.
Yeah. And what would you put that down to? There'd also be, despite having a dog, there'd also, obviously Tom Hanks had Wilson, the volleyball, but there's ways ways of coping or trying to cope with the sheer loneliness and isolation of it all would have been mentally difficult.
Yes. I think one of the biggest issues in a survival situation is obviously not knowing how long you're going to be out there for. So it's very hard to compartmentalise your time. The fact that he had a dog to work off, and I guess to have as a sense of companionship, that was definitely a saving grace. I guess in that kind of situation, when you're talking to a dog, that can be fantastic. But when the dog starts talking back to you,
you might have been out there a bit long.
You've been out there too long. But look, having a sense of morale, and that's essentially what I teach anyone in a survival situation. Don't give up. Be persistent. Be consistent, and just keep believing that you're going to make it out to the end. This guy, he obviously had some good fishing techniques and good survival understandings for him to have lasted that time. But once again, it's about listening to your body and being able to work with the environment around you.
Fascinating. You do this for a living, how to survive weird things.
How long do you think Carl would survive out there?
Well, just in TV?
Look, everyone, this is what I say, everyone has the physical capacity to survive out there in nature. Like, we've all got that hidden core, primitive, part of our instinct. But we do have to learn a bit of a skill set if we want us to sustain ourselves for a period of time. But looking at Carl, easily, I'd definitely give him about 4 days out there.
Yeah, that's all you want. I'm not wandering too far from the coastline. Thanks so much, mate. Fascinating. Brilliant.
Thanks.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?